So today I'm going to talk to you about 10 fragrances I want to add to my collection, but I also want to talk about the fact that my collection is already too big. So I'm in this kind of paradoxical, weird, crazy universe which is known as frag head. So you may well be familiar with the phenomenon of owning too many fragrances, feeling slightly stressed that you have too much to choose from every single day, yet still chasing down fragrances, still desperately seeking to smell the most perfect example of this, that or the other. And so here I am. There's 10 fragrances that I do want to add to my collection, but I have too many. I've counted, I've got over 90 bottles of fragrance. It's too much. So I just want to talk to you as well about how I manage that, how I'm planning to manage that. And I'd love your thoughts, how you run your collections, how you deal with your habit. Do share. Here's what I'm doing. I am not in any hurry. I am not desperately seeking. I'm going to slowly add these to my collection as and when the time is right. I'm not going to suddenly buy all 10 at full retail in the next month. I'm looking to move house. Hopefully I've had an offer on my house that I've accepted, and I'm hoping to move house maybe within the next 3 or 4 months. So I should be saving my money because I kind of want to get a really smart TV in my new house, and I might need a bit more furniture. So I need to be a little bit careful. So I'm not going out crazy buying stuff. So some of these purchases will just be serendipitous moments of them coming up for sale as a partial bottle on a fragrance group. I may well buy a full bottle at full retail, however split the bottle, so I'll sell off maybe half of the bottle in decants to fellow Facebook group members. That will subsidise because I never get through all the juice in a whole bottle anyway. So that's how I deal with my fragrance purchases. A, see if they come up second hand. B, split them. And C, if they are absolute must have it right now, I can't wait any longer, then I will just buy it. But I'm taking my time over these. So let me tell you what they are in no particular order. So this one, I reviewed it quite recently from a sample. It's called, the company is called Floricu, and the perfume is One Umbrella for Two. It smells like a freshly baked blueberry muffin. Delicious Delights did a review, that's how she described it, and she's spot on. I have some here. It's actually blackcurrant absolute in here. There's a tea, Genmecha tea, and cedar oil. Up front you get this beautiful blackcurrant and kind of like a moist cake dough, and then in the far dried out it becomes more woody and more savoury, and the blackcurrant does dissipate. It is beautiful, very expensive, so this is going to be something that I will very much consider carefully before I do make a purchase, but I do love it, so it is on the list. And then there's 2 from the same house here. I was kind of trying to decide between the 2. That's called Chouette. That's called Chouette. I've had 3 vodkas. I've just done 4 12-hour shifts. I'm a bit tired, and I've had a few vodkas to unwind. Soz. So that one's called Chouette, and this one is called Hibou. They're both types of owl, and the company is called Bedow. A UK-based company. I met the perfumer and brand owner when I was in Milan recently, and she gave me the samples, and I love both. I wore Hibou today, which is that one, and I wore and reviewed Chouette. That's why there's not much left there. I really love them both. I was trying to decide between the 2, but I want them both. So luckily they do small bottles. They do 15 mils as well as 30 mils. So I will probably buy both at some point, but probably fairly soon, because I think their prices are really well priced. So they'll be sooner rather than later purchases. Next up is, the company is called Violet Maison Violet. They are a French-based brand, and this perfume is called Poupre d'Automne. Poupre d'Automne, and this is very much a violet. To me, it smells like a violet, like Parma violet. It almost has a texture of Parma violets, you know, like the powdery sweet. And it also smells a little bit like cherry bakewell in the opening. It's absolutely stunning. I love it. So I really hope to add a full bottle of that to my collection at some point soon. That's the travel size. Go and check out their website. They do a really great sample set at a very affordable price. They also do travel sizes of all their fragrances. This is my favourite, but actually there's quite a few from the line that I really like. So that will be added reasonably soon, I think. Okay, but this one I think might be my next purchase. And this is by Nicolai. It's called Neroli Intense. I've worn it a couple of times. It is a really rich Neroli fragrance. It's not too bitter. It has more sweetness than the average Neroli fragrance. It's not powdery and ambery like Neroli Portofino, which I love, by the way. It's completely different to Neroli Portofino. You can definitely own both. This one has beeswax in it, and it has this density and this richness to it, which is beautiful, but it's not too bitter or too green. It's perfect. I really love it. And I think Nicolai are a very affordable brand. They do small sizes. You can get 30ml. That's the cat, by the way, trying to get out of the cat flap, probably failing. She's not quite mastered it. So Neroli Intense might be my next purchase. Next, I have a decant. I've already got through 2 samples of this, and it's Chypre Palatine from MDCI. I bloody love this one. It is a bit pricey. Hello, sweetie. She's just about to step on my lap. Come on in. Yeah, I know. Here she comes. So, MDCI Chypre Palatine starts out kind of vintage feeling. It feels like there's a whole lot going on, and then it just gets rich and caramelized, and you really smell the labdanum in the dry down. It's like labdanum and vanilla and resins, and it's really smooth, and oh, I've had compliments wearing it and I really love it. It feels special. So yes, it's very pricey, so I'm not rushing to purchase, but it is highly on the list. I'm kind of hoping it will, half a bottle will come up for sale second hand, and that will definitely suffice. Next up then, so this is a brand new Sex and the Sea Neroli. This is from Francesca Bianchi. I have a sweetie hair. I'll have to get rid. Yeah, there we go. Gone. Sex and the Sea Neroli. I was actually contemplating buying Sex and the Sea, the original, and then I bought The Lover's Tale. Francesca sent me a sample of this as well as Etruscan water, and this one I like more than Sex and the Sea. The opening of the original is a bit too much. It's kind of like bubblegum, tuberose, very in your face, but quite quickly calms down and is amazing and powdery and sexy and beautiful. This one, I love it from start to finish. In the start you have a bitter neroli with some greenery, a bit of petitgrain maybe, but still it feels a little bit bubblegummy, and then it's powdery again, and the beautiful dry down, that Francesca Bianchi magic that is in every fragrance is here, and I would love to own a bottle of that. So it's on the list. Very potent, much like The Lover's Tale that I already own. So I've got a couple more written down on here. We have given you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've given you 7. I'm adding to that Spice and Wood by Creed. Super expensive, like ridiculously expensive, beautiful. How do I describe it? I love Spice and Wood. It's a fresh, spicy, woodsy fragrance. It's a fragrance you can wear all year round. and it has a beautiful woodsy vetiver, kind of dry down, a hint of florals. It's a bit sweet, it smells a little bit like pencil sharpenings, and I can't even remember, but I really love it. I managed to get a really good deal on a bottle that I gave to Dan as a gift last year, and I'm kind of hoping that a bottle will come up at a good price so I can get it for myself, because I really love it. I really love it. And also I want to get for myself Bulgari's Acqua Amara. I have reviewed it. I stole Dan's bottle when we were together and reviewed it for you, and I love it. It's a massively crazy, bombastic mandarin with a hint of aquatic, but it just has a huge staying power. It's ridiculous for something that's fresh. It's got the staying power of a super niche stuff like a Francesca Bianchi fragrance or a Papillon Perfumery. It's got hummus, but it doesn't smell masculine to me. It just smells completely in the middle, and I really like Acqua Amara. It used to be a cheapie, and now it's kind of hard to find. It's discontinued, so the prices are going up. Yeah. Okay, my last one then is the unicorn. It's a Mugler, and it's called Alien Taste of Fragrance. So one of my absolute favourite fragrances is Alien Essence Absolue, and I also love Alien Liqueur de Parfum. Alien Taste of Fragrance is in the same ballpark as those two. It's just ever so slightly different, and I can't even remember why, because I can't find what's left of my tiny little sample, but I bloody loved it. It's just got the most perfect gourmand elements to it. So that's on the list, but that's one that I'm not actively desperately seeking. I've got it set on my eBay. Every time Taste of Fragrance comes up, or it's also known by its French name, which is Gout, G-O-U-T, Gout de Fragrance, I think. So I've also got that set on my eBay in case it's not listed as Taste of Fragrance. Every time that comes up, I'm looking at it. I really want to own it, but it's not desperate because Essence Absolute and Liqueur de Parfum are in my collection, and they kind of do the same thing. Taste of Fragrance is only just a slight twist away from those fragrances, but I really do want to own it. So it's on the list, but it's probably way down there in terms of how hard I'm looking for it. It's just set as a search. There's no point putting everything I've got into it because it's a bit of a unicorn. It's not necessarily going to come easy, but it's there, it's on my radar, and if one pops up somewhere, I'm like a coiled spring. I'm ready to pounce. That is my 10 fragrances that I want to purchase. I think that's all I need to say. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.